Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
이거? 식물
There's a lot of equipment in here.
뭐?
Gaia, what was all this? According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
얘기하지 마. 그만해 이제. 애물량 본대기?
I've been tackling the design of the ag lab.
이선 씨.
Place is gonna have a lot of seed stock to work with. My favorite? Sample 626. Calotropis gigantea. The crown flower. We used to have one in our backyard. Butterflies always fluttering around. Every morning, August would run out there to check under the leaves. See if any caterpillars turned into chrysalises. Now, I'd like to imagine that the future will be filled with them.
밑에 이제 베타랑 그거 할 수 있나 본데요? 게임하는 거? 저는 저 게임을 안 하거든요.
I don't think that door had power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning.
주시고 무엇일까? 아이런.
Looks like some kind of maintenance space.
오, 이렇게 바람직한 장소가 있었다니. 이거 뽑을 수 있는 건데? 이거는 갔을 때 상자가 있었는데 지금 무엇인가?
Power cells?
여기다 끼워야 되나 보네. 여기다가 아마 2개나 끼워야 되는데? 그래? 여기.
That did it.
Aloy? A bunch of lights just turned on up here. Was that you?
아이, 쇼컷이었구나. 근데 왜 전지가 2개가 있었을까? 이거 제일 처음에 1편에서 나온 게 하이 아이작 했던 이게 그거였는데? 그 홀로그램 아닌가? 담배 피신 거예요?
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big.
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her.
바른한테 말 걸라 그랬는데 바른이 없었어. 눈앞에.
She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that? She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage? She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses. You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel? It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it? To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone. So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view? I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave. You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files? Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many. They didn't interest you? I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis. Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use? No. Any information about them was redacted. So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things? I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them. Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some
이
time to
녀석이 입을
adjust,
좀
and
잘
then she
터나
can
봐.
help us with
사람들한테
Hephaestus.
이렇게 막 대화 이렇게 해가지고 뭔가
But I will
잘
hold my
캐내는 것
breath.
같아. 이제 또 동료들이랑 얘기해야 돼. 오휴. 여기는 그때 이건 내가 정신과 온 거고 한 바퀴 돌아서 이렇게 온 건가? 내가 먹을 건 없고. 왔다. 이 사람들 말 많네. 얘들아 얘기 다 했잖아. 근데 또 할 말이 또 있어. 환장하겠네.
Aloy. Is everything all right?
아저씨가 도박
It
맡기로
seemed
했어요.
like you and Varl were down at that basement for a while.
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
Well, okay. What can I do for you?
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What did you do?
I made one joke about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. Are you playing that board game I keep seeing everywhere?
Oh, you mean Strike? Yeah, I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off things. Yeah, it's a Tanakh game. I thought about playing Katalo, but what if he tries to kill me if I
나중에
win?
이 에렌트랑
safe.
코팔로랑
Yeah, I don't
찐
know.
베프될 것
Heard
같은데?
a lot of things about that tribe.
약간 이렇게 티격태격 또 특히 한 명이 이렇게 피하는 관계는
Do I smell ale?
저 상대방이
I
마음을
brought
여는
some
순간
over
완전
for chain
찐친되더라고요.
Hey, with everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together like a good brew. That's what my sister always said, anyways. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another time. You still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more pictures in it.
그림이 좀
Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those hollows.
It seems like you're getting a hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table.
개개인의 주량 파악이
That's
되는
half
건가?
the fun.
기계들이?
You won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
오케이, 넌 그럼 안 돼.
I should get going.
Back to reading, I guess. You be careful out there.
또를.
Hey, got a sec?
Of course.
오! 시계만.
You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent
이제
with the
거의
Zeniths.
1시간 분량 나오고
To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them. How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time. It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long, it doesn't seem natural.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding, any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far's zenith, yet allow them to capture you?
With silence, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet. What do you make of this Tilda the Beta was talking about?
Well, the way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe. You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The Sacred Lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had
나 왜 얘
survived
동생이
the
기억이
proving,
안 나지?
it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
I should get back out there.
We'll be here if you need us.
Aloy,
Hey, how's everything going?
I am well, but Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life here with us. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do our best to make her feel welcome.
Are you guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious, though.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers. Laughed at the idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
아, 맞아. 얘 퀘스트 있었지.
Is there anything I
거기서
can help
기다린
with
거
around here?
아니지?
Oh no, we're doing fine.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I like to think so.
I was wondering, what do you know about his mother?
Oh,
That bad, huh?
why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but I noticed he avoids talking about his mother.
She's the war chief of the Nora. Best warrior the tribe's ever known.
미친 시어머니 썬더죠.
Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but
도망쳐!
she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see. That must have been hard on him. Thank you for telling me. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl directly.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off someday.
I'd like to see her try.
Found anything else combing through that data?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them, even as holograms. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a museum? From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from, like you've done here for us. Maybe one day more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
That sounds crowded, but nice. The Zeniths did a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals. Old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
아니야,
Is
잘못
that- Are you
눌렀어.
okay? I like to think so. I was that wide. She best, but
I see. I feel I'd like.
I should get going.
Good luck on your search.
이제 또 가보셨나?
You would too if you knew
어,
everything there was.
선생님,
Looks
여태까지
like some of
어디
the holograms are working
계시다가?
now.
I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
이거 오락실 아닌가?
Useful war map.
선생님 어디 계셨어요?
Mind if we have a word?
Of course not.
오랜만에 나오셔서 그런지 싱크가 안 맞으시네. 종류가 늘어날수록
I
해야
heard
될
my friend
얘기가
Talana came by the
점점 더
base.
많아지는 것 같은데?
Did you get a chance to meet her?
Briefly. A bold woman going into Tanakh territory with that Karja armor of
사람
hers.
이름이 뭐냐,
She'll be
이거?
lucky if my people don't shoot her on sight.
She'll be careful. She's just looking for someone who might need her help.
Whoever it is, they better be worth dying for.
Have you had a chance to speak with Varl?
Briefly. He fought well against Regala's troops at Barren Light. Are all Nora as skilled as the two of you?
I'm not exactly one of them. But anyway, the Nora can hold their own. They managed to push the Karja from their lands.
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that. Impressive.
Does it
이
still hurt?
사람은 진짜
It comes and
오랜만에
goes.
대화하는 거라서
I try not to think
얘기가
about
좀
it,
많이 돼.
but its absence is always
It-
present for me.
없는 부분이
It's difficult to explain.
느껴진다는
I can't
얘기를
claim to
들었어요.
understand.
모두가 그런 건 아니긴 한데
Only empathize.
Then you have my thanks.
손가락이 아프다고 느낀다든지 그런
Have you spoken with Erend
게
at all?
있다 들었어.
I've had little chance to. I did see him bring some ale from out east.
아, 이 사람 아직
That stuff's as bitter
예전에
as salve-brush.
사망 플래그 대사를
You
하나
get used to
뱉은
it
걸
eventually.
아직까지 좀
In
찝찝해.
fact, I wouldn't mind a drink myself.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind sharing. You said you were training with the Focus?
That's right. I've been watching holograms of your first fight with the Zenith Spectres. They are faster and more agile than any machines I've faced before. How many do the Zeniths have?
I'm not sure. Probably a lot.
I would not wish to face them en masse.
I'm with you there. Must be strange, seeing everything through a Focus now.
I can see machines like never before. Their strengths and weaknesses simply reveal themselves to me. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon I've ever possessed.
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations and an acceptable training facility.
근데 이 방은
could use
얘가
some more.
활용을 하나 보다.
Color.
Duly noted.
모델이 내드려야 되니까.
Getting Ether out of the Grove made for quite a spectacle.
One that showed the entire tribe that
홀로그램으로
Ikaro's mission
색깔
for
입혀버려,
peace
그냥.
is the correct path, for it is now blessed by the Ten themselves.
Why did Takote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Cool Route?
Takote knew that if I survived the Cool Route, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tanakh as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command, even if I wanted to. After our victory at Barren Light, Takote spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Hikaru and the marshals of a warrior like myself, even though he knew perfectly well I had no intention of ever leaving. It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse. So I became a marshal, and never looked back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I am not. Though it pained me at the time, a marshal is what I was destined to be.
I should get going.
If I can help in some way, say the word.
I will. Thank you.
우리 있어도 그냥 헬프 안 지켜요, 선생님. 난 사망 플래그가 너무 걸리고요, 마음에. 그러면 다 된 걸까? 이제 계획이 뭐냐면요. 이제 그 잠수를 할 수 있는 걸 구했으니까, 이제 지도 다니면서 물 못 들어갔던데? 거기를 할 것 같아요. 그래서 이제 지도상에서 아직 이 표시? 이 표시가 그거거든요? 물에 들어가는 거라 가지고 이거를 그냥 개인적으로 좀 할 것 같습니다. 하고 사이드 퀘스트를 맞아 아마 할 것 같아요. 하고 넘어갈 생각이거든요. 너무 좋아. 아, 이거 해야 되는구나. 아무튼 요런 짜잘한 사이드 퀘를 하고 다 안 하고 가면 좀 찝찝하니까 하고서 이제 이쪽 파트를 가보도록 하겠습니다. 근데 메인 캐를 밀어야지 얘가 뭐 무기라든지 이런 게 좋은 게 나오기는 하는데 뭐 그럼에도 불구하고 일단 레벨링 자체를 사이드 퀘를 뭐 이때쯤 하라 이런 게 있으니까 뭐 그게 다 의도가 있겠죠? 그러니까 그렇게 한번 가보도록 하겠습니다. 여기 애들 리필 됐겠지? 안 됐나? 이런 데는 리필이 안 되나? 오. 한번 죽인 애들은 리필이 안 되네요. 상자는 리필 됐나? 내가 이 상자를 안 먹었다고? 그래요? 일단 수색은 이제 그 잠수를 할 수 있어가지고 들어갈 수 있어서 여기로 왔고요. 손이 딸려서 못 갔거든요. 하지만 이제 천년만년 물 안에 있을 수 있기 때문에 여기 저기 있어? 근데 문제는 이게 예를 들어 뭐 금속 벚꽃이 있다 싶으면 지금 또 못하긴 해요. 그놈의 금속꽃은 먼저 없앨 수 있는 거야? 어떻게 없애야지? 오호라. 근데 저거는 물 안에선 못 죽이는지? 저는 근데 물 안에서는 딱히 나한테 억하심정은 없는 것 같았어. 물 밖으로 뭐 모르겠네요. 아까 그건 보스전이라서 그런 건지는 모르겠지만 어떻게 들어갑니까? 여기로? 뭔가 무슨 소리야? 무슨 막힐까?
Another console.
근데 또 있어. 없는데 갈 곳을 찾아야 되는데 입구가 없나요? 근데 안 했거든요? 여기 들어갈 수 있을 수. 그냥 이렇게 보면 되는 거였고. 뭐라고요? 갑자기 최상위 기계요? 스캔 안 했는데요?
It's a Horus, Hernon. Just broke through the perimeter.
Erica, the mobile cover prototype is in the
이러면
vault.
설마
All
저
three
녀석이
keys
오는
are
건가?
required to
오른쪽에?
override the lockdown. Can you bring
스캔이
me
안
one from your
됐다고요, 아까
security
그래서.
console right away?
Okay. Just don't get killed before I get...
아메리카.
Key that never got to this prototype.
또 있다고?
There's coordinates for a third one nearby.
세 번째
Maybe
콘솔
I can find it.
좌표가 있다고? 1000? 잠깐. Where? 아, 여기. 맞아, 여기도, 맞아, 있었어. 그럼 이건 끝이요? 얘네가 준 피스는요? 그냥 상관이 없는 건가? 그냥 바로 콘솔 좌표로 가면 되는 건가? 그렇다고? 그렇다면, 어차피 지금 못 가고, 저쪽도 빠른 이동이 있으니까, 있나? 없나? 없으면 뭐 여기 근처, 어차피 여기 파이어 글램, 이거 이제 패치됐나봐요. 그래서 이동을 한번 해보도록 하죠.
The coordinates I found lead here. There's gotta be another one of those consoles around.
좌표가 여기라는 건 또 물 안에 있다는 거겠지? 잠시 여기 문이네. 따고 3사가 끝일까? 지켜질 것인가? 악마의 느낌. 이게 근데 어디서 파생돼 온 거였더라? 걔네들이었나? 받침이 어쩌고 하던.
Third console.
근데 그게 어떻게 콘솔이 파생됐던 거지? 워낙 사이드킥 이것저것 하다 보니까 이 근원에 대한 기억이 없어. Last one. 이렇게 친절하게 얘기를 해주는구나.
Throw evacs outside, Doc.
Done, thank God. The mobile cover prototype is locked in the vault. I need all 3 keys to open it, including yours.
Nope. VP rank means I've got a golden ticket to Elysium. If you want that key, come back and get it your... Uh-oh.
또 쓰려나?
Well, Dawn was a real charmer.
그렇지 뭐.
Go for Pharaoh, I guess. That's 3 access keys. And...
한 쌍?
coordinates.
더 있다고
Where they
죠?
were intended to go in the first place.
일단 300 정도? 그 정도 더 가야 되는데 이게 어디쯤 보이나? 300이면 그렇게 멀진 않거든요? 아하. 이게 이렇게 되면 물 안에 들어간 거 나일판이요? 여기? 맞아, 여기도 있었어.
I think I can pry my way through those rocks.
이제 좌표로 왔거든요? 좌표가 또 다른 좌표. 아유, 뭘 주려고. 물에 잠긴 희망은, 나의 희망은 오직 거금이거나, 정말 찐으로 좋은 아이템이거나. 뭡니까? 윈샤인 덩어리입니까? 결정. 나쁘지 않긴 한데, 희망. 나 지금 이것도 아까워서 못 쓰고 있거든요? 대당 모아놨는데 업그레이드 할 때 뭐가 더 좋은 게 나올지 몰라가지고 난 지금 그거조차 바들바들 거리면서 못 쓰고 있는데 애기 똥이겠지? 여기가 좌표 있는 곳 라스트겠지? 이동식 언패물이라는데 그 쉴드 만들 수 있는 그걸 얘기하는 건가?
I'm guessing this was Hernon. This must be the vault mentioned in the data I
아니지.
found.
열쇠 세 찾아.
I should be able to access it.
세 개를 내가 찾은 거 넣으면 되는 건가? 아, 깜짝이야. 여기서 또 셔틀 해야 되는 줄? 순서가 있나? 그치?
Priority keys detected.
Okay.
Access granted.
너무 이렇게 인위적인 로봇 소리는 오랜만이다. 이거 힘주어 열기면 되게 좋은 건데 이거?
Another sad ending.
아, 카트. 뭐지 이거?
At least I have the prototype.
아니
now.
이르 그거
I might even be
대사
able to
카트
make something
됐는데?
out of it if I use the data on that drive Gendas found. I'll want to know what happened here.
아저씨 대사 마저 쳐주세요. 카트 돼버렸어. 나의 파밍 앞에서 카트 되어버렸는데 그거 다시 되나? 학자들한테 다시 가야 되는구나. 그럼 블랙박스고 블랙박스 이제 거의 절반 모두 거의 절반 이제 했고 헤르나 씨 어떡하지? 괜찮은 건가? 이건가? 아 이거다.
I don't think.
아 계속 쳐주세요 대사.
I don't think.
아 알러뷰로 끝나는구나. 알겠습니다. 소중한 사랑 널리 알려드리도록 하죠. 여기 빼르니동 있었나? 타고 올라가야 되던데 보니까 절벽에 노란 마크를 나는 보고 말았지. 먹을 건 없나? 여기 리프레셔랑 스냅 모들이 좀 거하게 있긴 하거든요. 이거 아름이동 없네. 참 프로. 그러면 어디로 가는 빠른가? 모닥도 있고 애매한데 애매해. 근데 썬더조라서 안 했구나. 정말 애매하고만 위치가. 물을 건너면 이쪽 가자. 결국 마무리는 이 사람한테 해야 되는 거구나. 오케이.
You've returned.
고생 좀 했다오.
You found something, didn't you?
사랑한대요.
Come now. Don't just keep it to
마지막
yourself.
말이 그거던데?
It's difficult to explain.
Please. I just want to understand as much as I can.
Definitely not a tray cover.
The old ones fought a massive battle here against machines. Some fled, but others stayed behind to try to salvage this, to help others carry on the fight.
Did they survive? So, they failed.
It made it into the hands of the most renowned warrior in the Sundom, did it not? And every item we recover will be used to ensure their memory lives on.
I didn't see any machines at the dig site, so yes, I suppose that is true.
I'll need that tray and your workbench. I'll have to tinker with this to turn it into something I can use.
Of course, Savior. It's the least we can do. May the sun light your way, as you have illuminated ours.
Let's take a look at this thing.
그럼 나 이제 그거 만들 수 있나 보다. 수호자 트립캐스터? 아, 트립캐스터였어? 그러니까 작업대, 이게 작업대예요? 네, 저기 아저씨들이 말 걸게 해서. 오케이. 이놈, 아니 무슨 트립캐스터만 엄청 많은데? 이거 어차피 이거 퀘스트용 아이템이니까 시작했어요. 아, 그럼 나 이거 껍질 엄청 모았거든요? 껍질 왜? 아, 배불뚝친 또 뭔지. 연어뼈, 우리기타. 말고. 연어뼈가 아닌데 뭐였지? 잉어 껍질 엄청 필요해가지고 나 뭐 했었는데? 아, 이거구나. 포션 주머니. 했고, 아, 최대 강화됐다. 미디어 하나는 최대 강화를 했고, 펠리컨 또 어딨냐고. 미친 거 아닙니까? 또 오리 Y자 스파이크 안 쓰긴 하는데. 농어? 잉어에 농어에 연어에 가지가지 한다. 광채를 바라는 바닥까지의 껍질. 이거는 아마 저쪽 동네에 넘어가야 있을 것 같네요. 또 오리머가 필요할까봐 여기서 못 쓰겠는데 지금 어차피 식량은 많이 안 써서. 이거네. 수호자의 트리캐스터. 아, 폭발도 되는구나. 어차피 쩌리 아이템들이랑 강화도 해주고. 정면 롤러백 꼬리 나 이제 꼬리만 봐도 경기 날 것 같아. 써닝 방어막 저건 은근히 상자에서 좀 나오는 편이라서 그런데 폭발이랑 지금 전기는 같이 아닌데 폭발은 따로 있나? 아무튼 그러합니다.
Feels right. Time to test it out.
굳이 시험까지. 그 전에도 이미 나는 구매를 했었다고? 아니 혹시나 무기 새로 들어온 거 있을까 싶어서 이 동네에 한번 들렀는데 여기서 또 퀘스트가 또 나온다고? 대박인데.
What's going on here?
You're the one who spoke before the chorus. Maybe you can help.
This is not your concern, Outlander. Have we not tolerated enough of your intrusions?
I think you can handle one more. What is it?
My wife, Kalai. She was to join the chorus. She went up to the promontory to perform the rite of discovery, but she must have fallen. Now they are abandoning the search.
We have done enough, Bree. The search party found nothing but her instrument broken beside the riverbed.
And atop the promontory was only the dye she used for the ritual. We will not ask more of our people to risk their lives because of one woman's stubbornness.
But the seed she carried deserved to be planted and remembered. I heard how you helped the land god Ray. How you saw what no one else could. Please, will you look for her seed pouch?
False hope is a creeping vine.
How was Kalai chosen to join the chorus?
The chorus chooses its own, but they can't do so in isolation. They must listen to the people. Kalai was a growing voice for new ideas instead of old traditions, and her beliefs were catching on.
We cannot deafen ourselves to dissonance, unpleasant though it might be.
So you had to admit Kalai, or risk legitimizing her ideas even more.
The Outlander catches on quick.
The rite of discovery. What is it exactly?
It's a pilgrimage to the Promontoria, the place where the first Utaro beheld Plainsong. Kalai was to follow the path our ancestors took, mark her eyes with dye, and then play her song while overlooking the land. She then would have added her mark on the promontory itself, joining the marks of those who came before. Every new chorus member used to make the journey, but because of the derangement, the practice has been abandoned. Too dangerous. No one's done it for years.
Then why did she do it?
We all urged her not to, but as was her way, she ignored our warnings.
She thought it would lend strength to her point of view. She needed to prove that she respected the old ways, even as she advocated against them. Then maybe more people would listen.
What were Kalai's political beliefs?
Radical. You would have gotten along.
Plainsong is dying. But Kalai believed we don't have to die with it. As the wind carries the seed to distant lands. She proposed that the Utara leave Plainsong and seek out a new home.
We are bound to this land. A tree cannot pick up its roots, even as fire approaches.
But you're not trees.
It doesn't matter now.
Kalai was carrying a pouch of seeds?
Every Utaro keeps one. We choose the seeds at a young age, taken from the plants of our forebears or those of other significance. And when one passes, their seeds are returned to the land that nourished them, so that life may spring again. Which is why I want Kalai's pouch. Her seeds deserve to be planted in Plainsong.
The river will carry the seeds to new soil, where they will take root and flower.
But they won't be at home.
It's the best we can hope for.
그럼 내가 살펴보는 수밖에 없겠구만 이 녀석들.
If I'm out that way, I can take a look around.
Thank you. The promontory is northeast of here. Look for the broken bridge at the bottom of the cliffs, right at the promontory's base. That's where the search party found her instrument.
Okay. That all right with you?
How you waste your time is not my concern.
Searching for what the land has already reclaimed is fruitless.
곧 여기 또 어딘데? 가깝긴 하네. 그리고 또 하나 더 있어요, 여기. 느낌표. 일단 이걸로 해놓고. 느낌표가 하나 더 있거든요.
What's going on here?
여기
Sounds like
개업했으니까
there's a
난
problem.
We're speaking about something important, Outlander.
Yul, please. Later. A reminder of why I often prefer plants to people. They're so much less demanding. I apologize for Yul. My people used to be friendlier, but hunger robs many of their kindness. Seems like there's a lot around here in short supply. Is there anything that can help? As Yul said, we need food. So much so that we've sent hunting parties to the Old Growth, a forest in the north. We never used to hunt animals for food. We never had to. But as our crops fail, we've run out of options. But something else went wrong. A machine slaughtered the last hunting party we sent out. A claw strider. But to hear the lone survivor tell it, more deadly than any we've seen before. Until it's gone, I can't risk more hunters, but without that meat, our people grow more lean every day. I saw you up there when I spoke in front of the chorus. Yes. I'm sorry I couldn't do more to help you, and especially Zoe. Many Utaru like to think we're above politics, but that is far from true. I don't often agree with Fane, but I have to work closely with him on many matters. So you didn't want to cross him? Not in such a public way, no. I hope you don't hold it against me. What's done is done. It all turned out in the end. Without more food, how much longer can the tribe
근데
hold?
내가 여기 엄청
land
많이
gods blight the
도와주고
fields more every day.
했는데도
A month,
아직
maybe two.
해결이 안
The
됐다는
maddening
건
part is that many are resigned to this fate. Like Fane, who would
근본적으로
have us
이
simply
세계를
wait to
구하지
die.
않으면 여기도 답이
You heard
없다는
him.
건가?
Death is merely part of the grand cycle. But you'd rather do something. Yes, like send hunters to the Old Growth for food. Fane fought that idea too. He will undoubtedly cast what happened to the hunting party as another reason to side with him. If we let him. Tell me everything you know about the machine that attacked your hunters. It fell upon them near the edge of the Old Growth. One of them then survived and made it back to Plainsong. If you wish to question him, he's recovering with our healers. The other 4 hunters weren't so fortunate. It must be a powerful beast. Can you destroy it? I've handled tough ones before. Good. The Old Growth must be made safe for hunting. One more thing. Every Utaru wears a small pouch of seeds, given at birth, planted at death. It is how we remember our loved ones and celebrate their place in the cycle. It would mean a great deal to the hunters' families if you
지하
could recover
주머니
them.
누가 또 나
I'll do what I can.
다
I
했었던 것
know you will.
같은데
Be careful in the forest. Before I head for the Old Growth, I might want to talk to the survivor.
생존자와
See what he
얘기를
can tell me about the Claw Strider.
극혐이라도 해야 하는 곳이고 그렇다면 생존자랑 일단 먼저 대화를 하고 곳 말고 아이고 쇼트가 있어 선택이긴 한데 이거가 무엇인데요?
May the land bloom in your steps.
아니야.
There's the survivor from the hunting party.
어딘데 나 뛰었는데요? 아 여기.
Then,
꼬리에 꼬리를 무는
I'm
대화려나?
here about the machine in the Old Growth.
You're going after that horror.
I'm going to try. Do you mind answering a couple of questions about it?
I'll tell you what I can.
Tell me what happened, step by step.
There were 5 of us, hunting for boar to help feed the tribe, just like we had done half a dozen times before. Some machines got in our way. Happens every time we go to the Old Growth. Like always, we cleared them out. But this time, when we were done, we heard this roar.
Hey, easy.
I saw it flash from the trees, all claws and tail. It ripped right through Cole and Ree, and Zan came right at me, slashed my shoulder. There was blood.
핥혔다고?
Then an arrow slammed into its neck. My friend Lao, he distracted it, yelled and whooped. It turned on him. He disappeared into the trees, and it followed him. Last thing I heard him yell was for me to run. So I did. I was halfway back to Plainsong before I realized what I had done. Left Lao to die.
기계를 묘사해줘. 얼마나
Is
짜증나는
there
기계.
anything you can tell me about the machine that might help?
It looked like a claw strider.
또
but it was stronger.
클로스트라이더야? 아니지?
Much
아,
stronger.
아까 단서 봤던 거죠?
Anything
같은
else?
캐스트인 거죠?
Its armor was darker and it had a strange purple glow.
Thanks. I think I know what I'm dealing with. I need to get going.
You don't want to fight that thing.
Trust me. I know what I'm doing.
Well, if you do, I hope you cut it to shreds. It killed Lao, my oldest friend.
오케이. 어몽님으로 이제 가면 되는데 클로스트 라이더가 봅시다. 무슨 속성인가? 근데 나는 이 변종 왜 이렇게 많아? 이거 속성별로 다 있나 본데? 나의 꼬리가 필요해. 그래서 잡긴 해야 돼요. 얘가 감전, 전기 탑승 가능하네? 전기 못 참고 오케이. 어차피 지금 나 강화하는 거 필요하긴 하니까 이거 먼저 봅시다. 모닥불이 근처에 있네. 오케이. 썸캐를 또 준다는 사람이 있네. 군대별로 한 번씩 들러야 이게 활성화가 돼가지고. 아! 야라야. 나 저 세계에는 빛이 있어서. 야라야
Take it from a
뭔데?
girl who grew up in the wilds. Birds don't provide much conversation.
That's for sure. How are you doing, Aloy?
Well, better than you, I think. At least I'm not chatting with animals. What's wrong?
Meat here flew in yesterday with this in its beak. It's a cord that the Tanakh children use to carry their training swords. The kind of thing one of our young doesn't lose unless something bad has happened. I checked around. Turns out a kid is missing. Wandered off the day before last. Search parties turned up nothing. Gotta tell you, I'm not in the mood to lose one of my people. Especially a child.
Let me see that thing.
애기는 구해줘야지. 어른들은 알아서 나오라 하고
Quartz on here.
애들은 구해줘야 돼.
Sand, some dirt, and clay with a red hue.
Sand, dirt, and red clay?
사이드캐의 가지치기는
I know a
언제까지
spot
계속되는
where I'll
걸까?
free meat, just south of the settlement.
그래도 이
Will you meet me there and
구역을
help check
전부
it
다
out? Maybe use that relic of yours. The way things have been going, I can't
하고
trust this to
넘어가기로
anyone else.
했으니까
I'll get there as
당분간은
soon as I can.
사이드캐가 계속될 것
I can
같네요.
always count on you.
저 믿을 수 있겠지만 씁쓸하네요 좀.
Sounds like Yara is feeling.
여기서도 인정을 안 할 수는 없다. 그래서 되게 좀 지휘관이 되고자 그러는 느낌인 것 같긴 해요. 이 레벨 30이네. 이거 빡센 건갑다. 달아오른 어차피 저 레벨 35인데 25나 다름없다고 생각해주세요. 별 차이 없어 나. 여기에서 만나는 거고 여기 썬더조 나왔던 데 아닌가? 30이면 조금 빡셀 것 같긴 한데 일단 저는 여기 쇼핑하러 잠깐 들렀던 거거든요. 쇼핑하러 잠깐 들렀던 것인데 서브캐를 받아버렸고 나 이거 비스타 포인트 안 했네? 여기? 나 이거 새 때문에 빡쳐서 안 했었나 보다.
And they went on to Las Vegas. Maybe I should check in on them. See how they're doing.
이 아저씨 또 나한테 뭐 시킬 예정인가 본데? 지금 일단 하청 다 끌어모으고 있어요. 해결하기 전에. 그거 아직도 못 열었네, 아저씨.
Oh, your lockbox. The one I found in the tunnel.
Just the one. It was bequeathed to me when my dear ma passed. Never could get the damn thing open, but the lock
아직도
was
못 연 거
broken off when the
같은데요?
rockbreaker attacked. Haven't seen its contents at long last. I want Martha to have it. My sister.
봤어?
She could use it more than me.
이제 택배도 붙여달라는 건가?
If it was given to you, why couldn't you get it open?
I lost the key. You know how it is with small objects, big hands. Not that you know how it is exactly. I mean, your hands are dainty, of course. No, not dainty. Well forged. That's it.
Poor Guff.
All right, I stole the box. It was supposed to go to
이렇게 또
Marcia, but I
실토를
just
하시고
wanted something of my ma's.
못 믿지
To
이제.
remember her by.
뭐라고 말을 해도.
So the box rightfully belongs to your sister, and now you want to return it. What was inside that made you change your mind?
Nothing. I just thought she'd want it back. She and my ma were close. Me, well, guess you could say I was always the stray spark.
All right, Porgif. Sounds like you want me to give this box to your sister. Where is she?
That is a good question. I know she was working in Chainscrape
사슬가리면
last.
엄청 초반에 그 마을인데?
I have a friend there. I can ask her.
오랜만에 거기 가봐야 하는
Well
것인가?
forged and well connected.
If I'm in
이
the
사람
area,
못
I will
믿겠는데.
try to find your sister. At least to hear her side of the story.
Okay. Well, if you see Marcia,
마사?
tell her.
마사? 원래
I
자주
still
나오는
remember
이름이라서
the flying
기에 읽은 건가?
I bet Petra would know where I can find Marcia. I should pay her a visit the next time I'm in Chainscrape.
페트라, 저 페트라 또 한 잔 같이 때려야 되나? 일단 여기서 보관하면서 좀 조심하고 그리고 좋은 게 없어요 지금 여기 일단 퀘스트를 해야 되는데 하고 넘어갈까? 마지막으로 발견됐다고 보니까 이것도 계속 이동할 삘이긴 한데 쉘스너퍼? 이걸 차라리 여기 있으니까 갔다 올까? 아 이거 불멍이지? 여기가 퀘스트가 이거 아니죠. 할 게 너무 많고요. 심부름 이건가? 잠깐만 대화를 한번 해봅시다. 근데 제가 이렇게 계속 사이드만 하는 게 괜찮으세요? 메인 빨리 밀고 엔딩 보는 게 나으신지 아니면 쫌쫌따리 계속 이제 사이드캐라도 이게 괜찮으신지 궁금하긴 하네요.
How are the refugees doing?
They keep to themselves mostly, but they have food and shelter.
네,
Some even found work
사이드만
around
이렇게
town.
엄청 하다 보니까
Good thinking, giving them that Stormbird heart.
I'm glad it helped.
저는
I
재밌거든요.
hope they can get back on their feet.
저는 이렇게 하는
I'll keep
스타일을
checking up on
좋아하기도 하고
Then they'll be just fine.
보시는 분들은 지겹긴 하실 텐데
I thought you'd be back in Free Heap.
Well,
특히나
after the
제가
big
막
battle at
컨트롤이
Meridian,
뛰어나고
I
한
went
게
back,
아니다 보니까
but realized it was
전투신도
running smooth.
그래서 재밌게
Didn't need
보시진
me.
않을 것 같아서
Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another
좀
hammer.
그래요.
And
좀
thanks to
고민이긴
your
합니다.
handiwork, I got my hands full getting this place into shape.
I guess you found the right place.
Guess I did.
Has Tolland been giving the refugees any trouble?
오랜만이다.
Nah.
조만간 일은.
His shop got
울분주도
closed down not
오랜만이다.
long after Ulvin got the boot. So, he cleared out of town. Took his goons with him, too. Good riddance, I say.
The concession decree Ulvin wanted, what was it exactly?
근데 여기서도
And how
또
would it have helped
사이드캐가 파생되는 건 아니겠지?
Big old pig diddle. That's what.
피부
A
정말
writ
매끈한
that would
아저씨.
have put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would have meant that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvin had a stake in all those claims, it would have made him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would have become an Osram municipality, so he could have bought enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Almost got away with it, too.
Hey, I'm looking for an Osram named Marsa. She might be working here in Chainscrape. Do you know her?
선생님 혹시 본명 마사신 거 아니죠?
Yeah, of course. Tough
어?
gal. Puts her back into her work. Not like the drunken louts around here.
이러면 이 사람이 나한테 뭐
I met
할
her
수도
brother
있어.
out west. He asked me to return a family heirloom to her.
마사 설마 그 친구 아니지?
I didn't know Marsa had a brother.
아니 또 사기인가?
Anyway, last I heard she was
그러니까
doing
그
a job
친구
out
아니야?
by the old Karja signal
내가
towers,
해줬던 그 친구?
northeast of here.
Thanks.
맞는 거 같은데?
Ostrom family squabbles ain't
이미
pretty.
그 친구한테는 무기를 받았거든요? 맞아, 오빠가 자기 인정 안 해준다고 그랬었어. 그 친구인 것 같은데? 제가 막 신호 찾아가지고 무전 제대로 듣게 해준 그 친구 같은데? 온 김에 이 선생님 도시락 좀 싸가자. 그래서 그 친구가 여기로 온 건가? 누구지? 기억이 안 나. 나 마사 기억이 안 나.
Petra said Porgov's sister should be working around here.
얼굴
I
보면
have a
기억이 안 나.
feeling she will be thrilled to hear from her brother.
그러니까 오빠 별로 안 좋아한 친구는 이 친구인데 여기로 와서 지금 일을 하는 것 뿐인가? 모를 수 있을까? 선생님, 마사 씨.
Marsa?
Yeah? What's it? Oh, the Nora maid. How do you know my name?
그때 그분인가 얼굴만
met your brother
모르는데.
Porgov out west.
그분 아닌 것 같아. 다른 분인 것 같아.
My ma's lockbox. That miserable chuff stole this from me. By the forge, he broke the lock too.
Actually, that was from a rock breaker.
Oh, so he's dead then.
아니요, 유감이 좀 좋진
No.
않았습니다.
After he saw what was
바꿔치기
inside,
한 거 아니야? 오빠
wanted you to
너무
have it.
수상하던데?
Oh, then I guess guilt finally caught up with him. Let's see here.
그렇진 않은 것 같습니다.
A jewel. Surprised he didn't pocket it for himself.
한수 있어?
And a letter.
보석 설마 그린 샤이닝 줘주시면 안 돼요?
It's from my mom.
야, 화해하라고?
Her
화해하지 마.
last wish was that
굳이?
make
오빠 뭐
amends with
인성이 그래서
Porgov.
마음에 안 들면 뭐 굳이?
That doesn't make sense. Porgov caused her all the family.
오빠가 괜히
So much
미안해서
grief.
주작한 거 아니야?
Always
그거?
running off to chase
나
easy
너무
shards
쓰레기인가?
instead of helping Dad at the
진짜
forge.
나 너무 쓰레기인가?
Why would I want him back in my life?
If Porgov read that letter, then maybe he wants to make amends too. He also asked me to tell you that he remembers the flying keg.
That lug. When we were kids, we used to grab a metal panel and slide down this big hill. But one day, Porgov got the idea to use an old keg. He climbed inside and off he went. Only, he didn't stop at the bottom of the hill. That keg kept rolling with Porgov still inside, right off a ledge.
선생님 설마
You'd
지금
think the
나한테
keg
또
sprouted
선생님도
wings the way it soared.
하청 주려고도
Then
각잡으신 거
splashed
아니죠?
right into the lake. Thought he drowned for sure. But he lugged himself out onto the shore and shouted, "Again!"
Sounds like a good memory.
Think that might be the only time I can remember us not fighting.
네.
Just lying there by the lake, laughing till it
아름다운
hurt to breathe.
추억이시네.
When you met my brother, did he
굉장히
look
너무
okay?
멀쩡하고요.
As well as you can expect for someone out in the middle of the desert. You could see for yourself.
Nah. I mean, I heard some folks are headed out
내키면
that
굳이
way,
안 가도
but
돼. 뭐하러 굳이.
I don't know.
갈 일 있으면 한번 가서 얼굴이나 한번 봐요.
Thank you for bringing me this. Here, for your troubles.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you decide to go,
좀 멉니다 여기서.
you'll find your
선생님도
brother
폭발
at a place
타실 수
called Camp
있으신가?
Nowhere.
Of course he'd end up nowhere.
오케이. 대하고요. 완수했고요. 오, 철 2개 받았어요. 기술품 벌써 4점표 걸렸고. 이거 뭐지? 나 안 간 데인가? 아, 여기 아직 막힌 건가? 이거 그거일 텐데? 막힌 길인 거 보면 번호 아니고 라이터 아니고 그건가 봐요. 금속 꽃인지 뭔지 알겠고. 이것도 분명히 한 것 같은데. 아마 이게 패치하고 없어진 것 같긴 한데 가끔 또 남아있는 데는 또 남아있어요. 했음에도 불구하고 나 도저히 이거 이해를 할 수가 없네. 몇 번 낚였거든요. 그럼 이게 동네별로 한 번씩 가야 되나? 수업회가 나오는데 여기서 2개 받았고. 또 여기 추운 동네. 여기 어디였죠? 동네? 여기 가도 뭐 줄 것 같은 삘이 있는데. 아 여긴 아니야. 추운 동네 어디였지? 되게 추운 동네 여기. 여기 가도 뭐 하나 줄 것 같아. 아니야 여기는 해도 갔을 때 마트도 별로였고 그랬던 것 같기도 하고. 이건 또 이거 조랑 하는 퀘스트 그냥 빠르게 이동해서 왔는데 더 이상 불멍 포탈이 활성화 안 돼요. 조 9기밖에 안 돼가지고 이거 먼저 해야 되겠네. 안 되겠네. 나중에 하려고 했는데 또 그냥 나의 원래 목적지와 다르게 가기는 너무 귀찮아서. 뭐였지? 2절? 4절.
If this works, if we can heal the land gods, it will end a generation of suffering for my people.
How do you think Fane and the chorus will take it? They seem to think the tribe's extinction is inevitable.
I've had my disagreements with them, but I'd like to see they'll be happy to be wrong on this.
합창단들 아직도 요전하더라. 아이고 여기 뭐야? 조야 여기니. 여기 어떤 곳이니 조야. 그림홈뿐만이 아니잖아 여기는. 와씨 무슨 우체국 다 있네. 얘는 없나? 멜로우백 잡긴 해야 되는데. 최상인데요. 어떻게 된 거니? 이거 씨 잘못하면 진짜 못 되는디. 그리고 나 얘는 손상이 되면 안 되는데. 가지가지다. 와, 이 무기를 몇 개를 꺼내야 되냐? 근데 새는 의외로 속성만 맞추면 진짜 편하게 잡을 수 있거든요? 새를 팅해야 되는데? 콩나무 덩이로 저거 모두 조지고 둘 조질 수 있으면 제일 좋은데 일단 픽을 먼저 해야 되고 야 조야 너 설마 아니지? 이거 있다. 그림은 좀 맞긴 했다. 누가? 도대체 누가? 냉기. 이거 맞아? 아니지. 이게 아닐 줄 알았어. 그냥 아직까지 하고 있거든. 잠깐. 꼬리. 찬스? 그렇게 안 맞는 거. 속성만 맞추면 돼. 오케이. 된? 된 거 같은데 안 되냐요? 너무 안 돼. 너 왜 부르냐? 잠깐 그림호는 뭐지? 그림호는 이거였고요. 어이! 난 너 뿔이 필요한디? 일단 이거 하고 잠깐 뿔 플리즈 뿔 가만히 플리즈 뿔 노 뿔 I need your 뿔 가만히 좀 있어주지 않으실? 아니야 뿔 안 됐어. 어이! 어디 가냐고. 뿔 I need your 뿔. Where are you? Where are you going? No. Please come back to me. 문제는 없는데 나 저 뿔이 탐이 나가지고 잠깐! 홀드 온! 아니고요 뿔 떨어졌나? 뿔 떨어졌고 오케이 다음 슬링 다음 재장전 미친 빨리 따다다다다 다다다다. 피하고. 좀 썰어주시고 피하고. 다다다다다. 오이고. 다시. 오이고. 딴 놈들도 와 버렸는데요. 썰어주시고. 너 뭐야? 너 새 아니냐 새? 잠깐. 냉기 어디 갔냐? 아 정말. 아씨 저기요 여기 집합해주시면 곤란한데요. 뭐라도 하나 담궈야 돼 지금. 뛰어. 아 일단 뛰어. 저렇게 몰리면 위험하고요. 새 꺼지고. 아 새. 아 화살로 바꿔 씨. 이게 슬링이 좀 더 데미지가 높아서 이걸로 하는데 이렇게 됐고 데미지가 가고 있고 쐈다잉. 온다잉. 씨 피해야 돼. 야 쟤 없는 대로. 한약이 있고요. 무슨 만들어야지. 으씨, 쟤또 뭐 가세요? 아, 그쪽으로 가면 어떡하냐? 원소 제한 주면 좋을 것 같은데. 이거 맞냐고? 아, 잘못했잖아. 지금 완전 3종 세트가 되거든요, 그 녀석? 오이씨. 네. 내가. 저건 것 같은데, 약점? 그래. 아씨, 미친. 빨리! 거의 다 죽어가요? 그냥 아무 때나 해. 아, 나한테 쏜 거요? 레이저폰 무슨 일이야? 죽어갔는데? 죽었는데? 야, 됐냐? 이제? 만족해? 뭐인데? 그래, 이게 뭐냐고. 깔려 죽은 거냐고. 근데 아직 한 마리 더 남았어. 그냥 그리고 이렇게 저렇게 떨어뜨린 아씨 저 함정은 결국 못 썼네. 아 이거 해봐야 돈밖에 못 받는데요.
Two control cores as requested.
Thank you. Gaia showed me a way to scan them and take what we need to update the reboot code. I'll head back to base and get started. When I was a child, there was always enough to eat. The land gods provided for us, and every season we celebrated them. My happiest memories come from those times. Do you really think we can bring them back?
엔딩봉 되지 않을까요?
We'll make it happen.
아니면 3편이 나와서 또
Thank you, Aloy.
뭔가의 불행이 계속될 수도 있고 시리즈물 계속 나올 것 같은 느낌. 그러면 여기 있는 거 딱 먹고 나는 다른 거 하러 가도록 하겠습니다. 아니 저렇게 진짜 다양한 속성 기계들이 미친듯이 나오면 힘들다 진짜. 이게 진짜 딱 아예 엄청나게 뭐 많은 종류? 애초에 하나에? 그런 게 있으면 모르겠는데 그게 아니면 막 바꾸는데도 오지고 핑계일 수가 없어. 다른 사람 아마 잘할 수 있어. 일단 조랑은 퀘스트 마무리를 지으려고 내가 오긴 했는데 이 또 느낌표 띄우고 있는 거 보소?
Back from the wilds, I see.
저 녀석은 도대체 뭘 보고 있는 거냐?
Varl
또
looks
뭔데?
pretty focused.
He's been obsessing over the data revealed to us by
완전 일대일
Poseidon.
과외.
Just the
뭐지,
other day, we read about mountains hiding deep underwater that spew fire. If I understand correctly, Gaia said the flames they release come from the very center of the earth,
무슨
like
폭발을
a
당한
heart
거야?
beating with the life of the world. As
멘트.
always, the cycle can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Of course, Varl's mostly interested in watching explosions happen underwater.
우리 퀘스트 마무리를 하자.
Now that you have those control cores, are you ready to reboot the land gods in Plainsong?
Not yet. Gaia told me the reboot code has to be altered using data from the cores. She updated my focus with software to accomplish this task, but apparently it's very complicated. It'll take time.
Well, let me know if you need any help.
I will.
아니야, 얘기하지 마. 얘기하지 말아줘. 그러면
I need to
됐냐?
get going.
May your search bear fruit.
걔도 얘 착해. 너무 신기해. 항상 리필을 해두셨으니까 안 해놓고. 선생님 또 뭔데? 훈련돼서 얘기하게?
A long time no see.
우리 본지 얼마 안
What
됐는데?
else have you been studying with your focus?
너 아까 뭐
Yeah, I've been
붙은
looking
옷이
into
뭐
this
어쩌고저쩌고 하더만.
Vegas place you found.
베가스, 라스베가스.
Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this
Ah.
Moreland guy seems pretty smart. Though, risking the Tanakh clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
Maybe I should check up on them at some point. Just in case.
Right.
됐습니까? 안녕.
I have to get going.
Good luck.
됐고, 이 녀석은 그 다행히 할 말이 없고, 다 됐고, 이제 가도 될까? 나 그거 했었나? 그 뭐지? 블랙박스 하나 더 모았던 것 같은데? 잠깐 보고 갈게요. 아! 가야시 느낌표. 아, 무서워 여기. 이거 진짜 너무 무서워. 이거 완료된 게 아니네. 코드 완료니까. 알아서 들어간 건가? 여기는 그러면? 블랙박스 내가 안 넣어도? 뭔데요, 선생님?
Hey, Gaia. Me again.
Welcome back, Aloy.
밀어가지고 계속
Where
하는
shall we
것보다
resume?
그때그때 얘기하는 게 나을 수도 있어. 우리 진행도 얼마큼이죠? 메다.
So I
메타
talked
얘기하지
to Beta.
않았나, 저번에?
Didn't learn much.
진짜
It seems
이번
to me you
편은
did. From what she
뭐랄까요,
described,
하청과
the
대화
Zeniths
특집인 것
control every
같습니다.
aspect of her life.
메인은
even as they
당분간
shunned
아마
her.
한두 편 내에도
This
없지 않을까 싶긴
Tilda
한데
was the first person
아,
she
정말
ever
이대로
had
괜찮은
contact
걸까나?
with. An abrupt severance of such a relationship would be very emotionally damaging.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked.
그랬었나?
It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility.
아, 그거?
Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species. Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something to look into later then.
헤파이스토스 나 그거지? 억에서도 약간 좀
See you later, Gaia.
시달렸던 것 같은 느낌.
Until next time, Aloy.
자, 그러면 어차피 조를 기다려야 되는 것이고 그러면 계속 그냥 사이드캐 이어나가면 될 것 같아요. 제가 뭐 여기저기 다니면서 계속 사이드캐를 보다 보니까 좀 흐름이 많이 끊기는 느낌이시죠. 어떡하지? 그래서 서브캐를 계속 하고 싶어서 이렇게 가고 있긴 한데 고민이네요. 어떻게 해야 할지. 이 아저씨도 하는 거네.
Rebel camps laid out as vision. Good to see you.
Anything else you've been looking at with that focus?
Gaia showed me the knowledge you recovered out in the desert. I am no chaplain, but I'd be curious to test if something I read is true.
What is it?
The Old Ones believed one could hear the great waters, even in the middle of the desert, if you carried the carcass of a water animal with you. They called them seashells.
That sounds kind of gross. That's about
조개가
it.
포인트였어?
Then I'll resume my training.
오케이. 그러면 이거는 언제 끝나는데? 2절. 오래 걸리나? 오, 오래 걸리면 무기를 줬으면 좋겠다. 너가 내가 너무 힘들어한 걸 알아가지고 무기를 줬으면 좋겠네. 나에게. 둘이 형제 아니잖아.
Red. Just who I need.
You know her? Great. Then tell her that going out
이
there
사람
is
그
a
사람
bad
아니야?
bet.
나한테
You tell him he
폭발
better crank out what he knows before I
스파이크 준 사람
pummel him
아닌가?
in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
사람
Slow
얼굴
down,
보기
Della.
못하겠어.
What's going on?
It's my sister, Boom.
맞네.
She ran
뭐라는
off
거
into the
보니까.
desert. We
완전 나 사이드캡 컬렉터냐.
I told her we'd discuss it in the morning after we both had time to cool off.
아니 그때
But when I
빡친
woke
지가
up,
언젠데
she was
지금
gone. And Spectacles
어딘가
over here
갔다고?
was the only one to see her leave. But he refuses to tell me which way she went.
You can't go striking off into the desert. You'll get lost. And if thirst doesn't kill you, the vanishing dread will. You know what happened to the Delvers who went out there last? No, you don't. No one does, because they didn't come back.
Well, what about my sister? She's out there all alone.
Maybe she's a sunk cost.
그러면 이 퀘스트 하면 그 스파이크 좀 더 업그레이드가 된 거 주려나? 얘네들 스파이크 장인 아닙니까?
Help me find her.
선생님 제가 사이드캐가 밀린 게 한 10개 되는 것 같은데요. 어떡하죠? 10개 정도 하려면 편집하면 편수로 한 두세 편 나올 것 같은데?
A stationary blur of metal. It'll stay like that for hours. And then the next time you look, gone. Like it was never there.
But what kind of machine is it?
Don't know.
보통 스케일이
No
아닐
one's
것
ever gotten
같은데?
close enough to find out. A
근데
few of those
노브레이크
delvers went
아닌가
out there once, but all they
여기
found
어디
was a
뱀도
bunch of
있던데?
sand dunes. But I don't care what it is. It's not going to stop me from finding my
인생
sister.
이제 독립할 때 되지 않았을까? 독립할 거 하지 않았을까?
The argument you had with Boomer? What was it about?
Well, it started out as the same old spark and boom. I found her tinkering with one of my prototypes, trying to add explosives, as usual.
선생님 너무 준 거 너무 예전
she
프로토타입이라서
nearly burned the whole
안
place
쓸지 좀
down.
됐어요.
She just looked at me
이제는
and
부탁하려면
shrugged.
최소한
Then we got
보라색은
into this
주셔야
whole
되거든요.
scorched out mess about
전설은 안
why we
될지언정.
had to leave Chainscrape and come out here. Why, for the love of the forge, she has to blow everything up.
And what did Boomer say?
Well, that's the thing. She didn't say anything. She just sat there, ignoring me. Even when I went to bed, not a word. And then, when I woke up in the morning, she was gone. She's never done that before. But knowing her, she's gonna get in some kind of trouble out there. And that's why I need to find her.
그러니까 이 사람들 서부가 아니라 한 중간 지점에 있었던 거 기억하는데 어디 여기까지 왔어? 그러니까 사슬가리면 엄청 초반인데 중반이 아니라 초반이었네.
An explosive accident?
Well,
쫓겨나신
you know
거예요?
how Boomer is. So we grabbed our tools and skipped town. Heard about a caravan striking out west after some passage got reopened. Decided to join up.
But why come out here? You could have gone anywhere.
Can't really go back to the claim, and anywhere else is a little too inhabited. At least out here, there's less chance of collateral damage. Besides, this place is gonna be a destination one day, right? Dad always said, get in early.
If you think I can be bribed, know that I only take shards up front. No credit.
Maybe we got in too early.
If Boomer's lost in the desert, I might be able to find her.
I'm coming with you. All this is my fault anyway.
But you'll die.
Where did you last see her?
I suppose if you're with her, the odds of survival do go up. I thought I saw her heading towards the metal arches east of here.
격자가 있어.
Then that's where we'll start. I'll meet you at the arches.
Okay. Join me there as soon as you can.
여기 또 사이드캐가 또 추가돼 있네. 아, 이번 편은 뭐 사이드캐 수주하는 걸로 끝나겠어. 이쪽인가 보네요. 이쪽 솟은 야망. 그럼 이거 먼저 갑시다. 아까 오니께 그 전에 여기 새 퀘스트 누군지는 잠깐만.
Despite what I said before,
신상.
I hope you find Boomer.
똑같고 별거 없고.
On your way then.
그리고 심지어 자막도 안 깔아주시고.
Don't die out there.
죽지 말라고. 알겠습니다. 제가 죽으면 이 게임이 진행이 안 돼요. 계속 로드에서 해야 되기 때문에 어차피 위에 계시는 분 로드에서 하셔야 되기 때문에. 여기 왜 이렇게 사람이 많아졌어 여기? 어허. 여기 되게 통해졌네. 여기 혼자가 새로 생겼나봐. 내가 이거 안 먹고 지나갔다고? 여기 아예 그냥 동네가 돼버렸네요. 오호. 진짜 땡큐. 사람들 되게 많아졌다. 오! 금색도 있어. 왜 잠겼죠? 달라고 우리 이런 사이 아니잖아 여러분. 아이 그 시인 아저씨네.
Stemmer, did you need something?
정말 셰익스피어 전집 이런 거 바라시는 거 아니겠죠?
They return to the depths of the formerly sunken city.
다 도박을 하러 온 사람들인가 이 사람들? 그러고 보니까.
Found behind every crumbling wall as a bulging keg bursts with free-flowing ale. That is, we broke our way into more of the ruins below, and in one of them, the wordsmith beheld a glimmering gizmo, a wonder among a sea of wonders. Alas, the gizmo lay beyond his grasp.
You saw some kind of gizmo but couldn't get it?
A door bars the way, locked by some confounded means. Moreland contemplated explosives, but Abaddon thought the odds of crushing the gizmo under rubble were too high. For once, the shard counter's skepticism might be warranted. The old wordsmith's hopes were dashed, until a friend with a knack for performing the impossible returned from beyond the sands. Might I persuade you to venture beneath the desert once more?
I'll see what I can do. Where
선생님.
is this place?
Once you're down there, take a ride at the statue of the giant man. The ruin rests beside a metal tower. And so our heroine went forth, and the wordsmith's hopes went with her.
빛나는 장식물의 기원인데 그러면 더 이상 사이드캐는 없으신 거죠? 여기에서 아 아래로 한번 더 가라. 와씨 아래에 또 그거랑 또 싸워야 되는 거 아님? 일단은 그러면 이거 먼저 해주도록 합시다. 왠지 그 동생 구하는 거 좀 섭캐 그 약간 준 보스 전의 냄새가 좀 나긴 한데 일단 빠른 적응 해주고 가보자. 하나, 둘, 열세, 14개입니다. 미친 거 아닐까? 아 이거 어떡하지?
Aloy! Oh, your timing couldn't
아
be
네가
better.
여기 있었구나. 나 여기 있는데요.
Aloy! Oh, this is a grand day. Greatness is in the air. Or will be soon.
Greatness, huh?
Behold, I call it Moreland's amazing elevating orb, inspired by the floating spheres the Burnett used for their clan contests. When aloft, this grand construction will be a spectacle henceforth unseen by the eyes of the living. Unburdened by gravity, it'll be a floating beacon, drawing people from great distances to our destination of wonders and amusement.
Except?
We're missing one key piece. A mechanical burner. Small, magnificent design. Old world ingenuity at its peak. We found it when we opened up more of the ruins below and discovered numerous statues of strange winged serpents.
One such statue had the burner in its mouth.
뭔데?
Oh,
내
no
무기로 쓸 수
doubt
있는
part of some
거면
ancient
웰컴인데
fire-filled spectacle.
상승고추라면
Aloy.
그런 건가? 열기구
It's
만드나
perfect for
얘네?
the orb, but a swarm of burrowers chased us out before
어려우면
I could grab it.
쉬운데
Could you
여러
get
가지
it?
속성이 다양한 애들이면 난 너무
Okay,
힘들어.
Morland, you got me. I'm curious. I'll get it for you.
팔만 뭐 완전 속성별로 다 갖춰야
I knew I
되니까.
could count on you. Okay. Head down
거기
to
또
where we
가라고?
fought that tide ripper after you drained all the water. When you get down there.
뭐지?
Head
얘는
right and look
동생이랑은
for a
다른
room
거네.
to the side. The statue you
아,
want is up
안
high.
돼? 근데
Looming like a
갇혀있던
nightmare.
방인가?
Oh, and if you'd like a smoother
아,
descent into the
엘베는
ruins,
올라올 때도
use
타고
the
왔어.
elevator. Just head back into the building and go
올라올 때도
upstairs.
타고 왔고요.
Got it. I'll see what I can do.
Stupendous. Thank you. I await your return.
일단 알겠고요. 그럼 이 사람은 그 시인 아저씨랑 같은 건가? 이건 다른 거네. 가까운 줄 알았더니 여기가 아니었고 동생은 이쪽이라서 일단 그러면 동생 먼저 퀘스트를 할게요. 빠른 이동을 하면 되니까 왠지 왜 약간 무기 스멜이 나는 것 같기도 하고 스케일이 조금 있어 보이니까 여기 또 상자 있네. 일단 여기
Scraps. Pull from the arches most likely.
Boomer's handiwork?
That's my bet, but no sign of Boomer.
뭐 많이
Any idea why
성장했나?
she'd be out this way?
Probably just wanted to get as far away from me as possible. During the fight, I snapped at her. Said some things I shouldn't have.
Everyone makes mistakes.
You know, back in the claim, she'd get into all kinds of trouble. Dad always said it was my job to look out for her.
We'll find her, Della. Let me look around for some tracks.
그래서 여기 부모의 흔적 찾기. 저기
There.
흔적
Tracks.
구독자인
Looks like they lead out into the desert.
What were you thinking, Boomer?
맨날 구박 받아가지고 본인도 뭔가 할 수 있다는 근거를 네 인정받고 싶어서 버린 이런 약간 클리셰일까? 근데 이 녀석 성장해서 나한테 안내 좋은 말을 좀 난 트래커 이렇게 그러지 않고 걔네가 있는 데가 있는데 그쪽으로 안 가고 나 아까 여기 지나왔는데 개센 놈들 있어가지고 아 설마 저기는 아니겠지 이러고 아 여기 아니다 반대쪽이다 다행이다 이러고 왔거든요.
Looks like Boomer set out some traps around the ruin.
아 쟤네들 꼴이 필요하긴 한데 이것도 성 다 다른
If we
애들
get rid of the machines, maybe we'll find out.
다 있네. 전기 이건 쓴다고. 쟤는 누구야? 쟤도 플로 모드 하는 거지? 전기 크래커 전기 아 다 전기네. 전기면 땡큐지. 전기면 몹시 땡큐고요. 여기 함정 엄청 많이 설치해놨네 이 녀석. 끝. 서로 싸우게 만들더라고. 나쁘지 않지. 근데 한 마리면 좀 힘든데. 여기 라이터가 별로 없어가지고. 아, 꼬리가 필요하거든요. 일단 저 녀석. 아씨, 언제 여기까지 왔어? 크래퍼 여기도 있고. 서로 죽여라. 이걸 해야 되는데. 저 꼬리 한 번으로 잘 안 포개지던데. 부모 녀석, 굉장히 멋진 녀석이거든요. 꼬리! 아씨, 저게 아니잖아. 얼굴로만 미친 끌렸고. 꼬리 원몰 타임! 걸려버린 거니까. 아이, 망했다. 얘들아! 얘라. 예, 빨리! 폭발물에 엄청 걸리라고? 얘도 준비였지. 아파요. 이 정도는? 빨리. 꼬리 안 줄 거면 죽어버려. 뭐라고? 꼬리 안 줄 거면 죽어버려. 플라즈마 누구요? 꺼져 있네. 아, 야 임마, 나 그거 할 거라고. 죽이고 일어나. 일어나고 어그로 끌어줘요. 나 저 꼬리를 얻고 싶은데 말이지. 어느덧 하나밖에 안 남았고. 꼬리 쟤 떨어졌다. 그럼 전기인데 이놈들? 아니요, 그거 말고. 세상 감정으로 들어가고 죽어! 다다다다다다다다다다다다다. 알아서 하시고 다음 너. 다다다다다다다다다다다. 아, 이거 끝났나 보다. 못하면 강력한 걸로. 얍! 둘주 죽었고. 나의 동료 죽은 거 아니지. 다다다다다다다. 안 닿고. 여기까지 안 닿고. 안 닿는 김에 대장전 해주시고. 야, 너 그렇게 녹 놓고 있으면 어떡해? 쟤 아직 남았는걸? 아, 꼬리 주세요. 된다요? 다다다다다다다다. 먹고.
Boomer! You hear?
다 안 죽였는데 그렇게 안 죽여도 돼? 아, 아직 끝난 것이 아닌 것인가? 저 밑에 아직 남아 있는 것 같은데? 이거 그거예요. 제가 스킬 찍은 거. 한 번에 3발인가? 나가는 건데 이게 좀 무기 스태미너가 닳기는 한데 발사 속도가 빨라가지고 되게 좋아요. 속성 먹이는 데는. 볼트가 진짜 개쩌는 것 같아. 이게 그 뭐지? 재장전 속도가 느려서 그렇지. 그래도 어그로 다 끌고 나서 죽이기는 좋아요. 저 어느새 다 해치웠네? 아, 해치웠나? 파밍 좀 할게요. 여기 파밍하러 온 거나 마찬가지입니다. 그리고 이렇게나 아싸 꼬리. 이렇게나 이제 속성이 통일된 애들이 있을 때는 진짜 좋아요. 뭐 이것저것 바꿀 필요 없이 다 죽일 수 있으니까. 아씨! thank you.
This is Boomer's favorite hammer. She always makes a fuss whenever she misplaces it. She'd never leave it behind.
Maybe she had to leave in a hurry when the machines moved in.
Or something worse happened.
Hey, we don't know that. Let's look around. She might have left another trail to follow.
Hold on, Boomer. We're coming.
엄마를 그렇게 했고요. 나는 파밍할 때 부모의 흔적 찾기니까 이거 이렇게 보러가 또 있네. 흔적 찾기면 기다려봐요. 그럼 나 아직 파밍 없지. 여기를 벗어날 것 같아가지고 가서 확실히 좀 파밍을 하고 가도록 하겠습니다. 아래로 어디 들어가는 것 같은데?
Any luck finding Boomer's tracks?
선생님 되게 좋으시네요. 아, 저기 또 함정들이 많은데 기다려봐요.
Could try my focus. See what it picks up. There. Looks like she headed towards the hills.
Well, let's go.
먼저 많이 가시네. 그럼 기다려봐요. 여기 나 맞아. 진짜 찐 맞아. 이것도 이런 함정은 파밍을 하면 제법 이렇게 근육이랑 주거든요. 줄 같은 경우는 2원씩밖에 안 주는데 이거는 해야지. 기계 근육이랑 좀 많이 쓰기 때문에 나중에 여기 와서 뭔가 보스전 이런 거 있으면 어떡하지? 그러면 나는 내 무덤을 판 게 아닌가라는 생각이 들지만 일단은 저쪽으로 흔적이 향한 걸 봐서 여기는 안 나오지 않을까 싶어가지고 그냥 나도 확인을 했고요. 다시 보도록 하겠습니다.
There's some kind of wreck up on that cliff.
How did Boomer get up there?
저기 내가 좋아하는 철화랑 있어.
Broken ladder. Must have collapsed as Boomer was
뭐야?
climbing.
So how are we gonna get up there?
뭔가 좀 올라가다 보면 차라락.
This way.
Right.
핫! 차라락! 차라락! 차라락 못하고 결국 내 손으로 기어가야 될 판이고. 여기서 그린 샤인 소리 나는데요?
I'll save this for a dyer.
여기 어디 샤라락 소리 나는데? 환청인가? 그린 샤인 소리가 나는 것 같은데? 저는 들었었어요. 아,
How you doing,
여기도
Della?
샤라락 있었잖아.
Great. Yeah. Just
다 왔고 소리 나고 또 말씀이 됐잖아.
Wait.
그 정도면
What was this
뭔가의
place?
기지 아닌가?
I don't know.
아, 나 여기 이미 밝힌 덴디. 일단 보충해 주시고.
A shelter.
What
And
was
some
this
kind of
place?
device.
나 이거 저번에
I don't know.
이미 그거 한
It looks
건데.
abandoned.
이 소리 이젠데 장치 이름이
No room on me. I can send it to my stash.
이거?
Looks like some of the components were stripped.
She must have brought it up here to tinker after the machines moved into her camp back at the ruin.
But where could she have gone from here?
That wreck down there looks promising.
Well, if there's one thing I know about Boomer, is that she can't resist a shiny pile of salvage.
Come on,
동생
let's go down and
자랑스러워하고
check it out.
정말 되게 약간 나의 빠른 인상 한번 하고 볼게.
Hey, look there. At the base of the wreck.
Tools.
얘 캐스트한테 상자가
She found another spot to tinker. Let's take
진짜
a closer look.
아, 여기 뭔가 전투할 것 같이 생겼어요. 나의 수십 년간의 게임의 초기 얘기하고 있어. 이런 게 있고 한 거 보니까 뭐 전투가 있다 여기. 이 뭐 서식지냐? 아니야, 그런 건 표시는 안 돼 있는데.
Yeah, she was working on something here, all right. But where?
왔다.
Boomer?
왜? 너 괴물 데리고
Gotta
왔지?
finish this. Boomer, what are you
이번에
doing?
나 안 쓰는 건데. 데리고 올 줄 알았다. 이 녀석아. 썬더조 아니지 설마.
Boomer, what did you do?
Never mind that now. Here they come.
얘들아, 어그로나 좀 끌어줘라. 나 진짜 스캔을 해야 돼.
See, Boomer, this is exactly why I always say not to run off.
전기, 불. 전기.
Sorry, Red. Can't follow you.
됐냐고. 녀석들 나는 캐치 못한 것 같은데 아르까리 하고 있거든요. 불? 그럼 불화살 해야 되는데.
Leave Boomer alone, you walking scrap heap.
죽어라. 하하, 하나 갖고 나머지는 불인데요.
Good hit, Boomer.
일단 재장전 해주시고.
I don't know if I can follow.
정말 잘 싸우네. 이거 나 불화살을 또 다시 빼야 되겠구만. 어우, 정말이지. 아닌데? 이거 장전 해놨었어? 좀 센 걸로. 힛. 핫. 빨리 채워요. 다음. 식도도 약점이었다가 안 보이고. 아, 차가워. 차갑고. 일로와라라라. 빨리 장전해주시고. 폭발. 다음 불 한번 one more time. 둘이었던 것 같아. 맞죠? 죽어 임마! 죽으라고. 오케이, 죽었고. 다 죽였어? 나머지 하나는 쟤네가 처리했나봐. 오, 개센 자매인데.
Okay, Boomer, what were you thinking?
든든하고요.
Those machines could have killed you.
Pressure valve, check.
Boomer.
Boom discs, check. Boomer!
왜 저래? 과몰입 중인데? 뭔데? 저 동생 너무 귀엽게 생긴 거 같아.
Yes? Your sister was really worried about you.
해.
Look, I know you must still be angry, but you can't run off into the desert like that.
I didn't run. And I'm not angry.
You're not.
No. Why would I be angry?
Because of our fight. Because you ran away.
I didn't run.
Well, you left me.
I'd never leave you. You're my sister. I had an idea, so I went to find the parts. See?
A weapon.
This is just the payload carrier. The real secret are the boom discs. Throw one at a machine, slice and dice, and then it comes back until you throw it enough times, and then it goes boom. At least it's supposed to. I can't get it to come back.
Here, let me see. That's why. Pin here's off. Just needs a little cable around here. Done. Here, Ed. Give it a try.
No, wait! Try it on the big machine. This way.
And there she goes. So you really didn't leave because of our fight?
No.
But
얘네 이제 파는 거야?
You were sleeping.
아, 이제 날 보스 전에 무덤으로.
You said you didn't want to talk until the morning.
너 언제 이렇게
Well, yeah, but I meant about...
this way.
I didn't mean literally.
나 이거 못 참는데? 여기 다 파밍하고 가야 되는데? 저 보라 상자도 있어요. 우리 너무 한 장소에서 싸웠구나. 부모를 따라가면 어마어마한 게 있을 것 같아. 왠지. 나 좀 불안하고요.
Told you she'd be back.
아이,
The big machine.
야! 너네끼리 하면 안 될까? 잠깐, 이 어디 서식지로 가냐? 이뭐 어디 서식지 있는 거 아니야? 이 근처에? 록브레이커 빌인데 이거 괜찮은 걸까? 록브레이커 빌이거든요, 이거? 거대한 기계라는 거 보니까 너무 한장이네. 야, 니가 트랩이나 좀 깔아놔줘. 록브레이커가 빙이었던 것 같은데?
I saw it when we left Camp Nowhere.
씨, 록브레이커 같아.
And you remembered how to get there?
Yep.
몰랐나, 이 동생? 야, 니네끼리 가서 싸워.
So what's this big machine we're after?
You'll see.
록브레이커 맞지? 록브레이커 맞지? 이거 봐, 거의 다 와가. 그 전에 이건 찍어야지.
It's just down there.
여기라고? 여기에 그게 있긴 하거든요. 잠깐. 뭔진 몰라도 만들어. 아, 그런 소리 나는데요? 아니, 괜찮은 거 맞냐고. 누구냐고. 누구시죠? 이거 함정도 있거든요? 그래서 누가 트름 하는데, 야, 니가 어그로 끌어. 브레이커 삘인데 이거.
Well, there's nothing here.
아무것도 없으니까 땅 밑에서 올라오는 거 맞네. 씨, 나 올라가. 짜란 같은 소리 하고 있네, 씨. 아, 쉘 스냅퍼야? 쉘 스냅퍼 뭐였지? 아, 왜 나부터 공격하시는데요? 거꾸로 볼트는 뭐지? 불이랑 이거네요. 아니 왜 자꾸 낭만 공격하냐고. 저기 자매들 코앞에 있구만. 돌았냐고. 불이랑 뭐라고? 이거였죠. 여기 언저리로 좀 와라. 일단 설치해놓고 너 여기로 와. 산승 함정 설치해놓고 산승 함정 one more time. 껍데기 좀 먹고, 그리고 이거 함정 근처에 오면 나 이거 몸 차려. 너의 내가 필요한 부위가 어디라고? 어디라고? 거기에? 오케이, 제건가? 핫! 안 떨어졌고요. 핫! 앞에 거는? 이거는 뭔데? 7밖에 안 돼서 떨어졌어. 씨. 야, 동생아, 이번에는 안 해놨냐? 안 해놓았냐고. 뭐라 그랬지? 불이랑 뭐라고? 이거였나? 이거? 얍! 얍! 아프고? 아프고? 때려봐라! 난 여기로 갈 거고. 저 함정 활용하면 참 좋은데. 제가 잠깐만! 야, 왜 안 올라가냐, 에일로이! 장난? 얼어버려서 못 가는 거냐고. 아, 이거는 없죠. 얼음이랑 이거밖에 없어서. 무시기 하고. 안 됐고. 이게 그게 없어서 좀 그래요. 야, 동생들아, 뭐 하냐? 아무것도 안 하는 거냐고. 나만 너무 당하는 거 아니냐고. 어디 가냐고. 어이구, 나는 처음 맞았고. 빨리 일어나, 에일로이. 아, 이게 속성이 그게 있는 거면 되게 좋은데. 아, 너무 아프잖아. 너무 끼었고. 야, 올라가. 야, 니네 너무 거기서 꿀 빠는 거 아니냐? 미친 거 아니? 아니, 폭발이라도 이번엔 딴 데는 평소에는 엄청 설치해놓더만 왜 이번엔 설치 안 해놓으신 거죠? 장난? 얘가 이길 건가 보다. 써주자, 예의상. 죽어. 조금이라도 떼내봐. 야야야. 야야야. 부모가 죽으라. 뭐 쓰라고 하나보다. 어디 갔니? 슬라이스. 이거 좀 센데? 어디 갔냐고? Where are you? 얘야, 너 거기 함정 어디 있는 데라도 해놓으면 안 될까?
Okay, better.
좀 꼬개려고 하는데 이 동생도 너무 직관인데? 미친 거 아니냐고. 어디시죠? 안 보이고. 내어놓아라. 여기로도 와요? 야, 그럼 여기 동생들 좀 어떻게 해봐라. 너무한 거 아니냐고. 어디 갔나요? 너무 짜증나고. 오! 올고래쇼 분들? 이리 와라. 빤스런 못 참고 여기로 가면 나 밑에서는 공격 못하고 얼추 당한 것 같기도 하고 이건 진짜 너무 느려서 짜증나. 공모의 의식이 얼마나 돈 같은 소리 하고 있니? 이게 세긴 하다 데미지가. 일로 와. 핫! 일반? 핫! 이 이거? 차라락 올라가 주시고 올라가 빨리 올라가 주시고 머리통 나 공격 빌 제대로 받았고 아 차가워요. 부모가 준 거 여기 핫! 호잇! 올라가고 다시 한번 Where? 여기로 나올 건데 야 어디 갔는데? 나 실수했다. 컴퓨터나 여기로 나오고 야 집에 갔니? 아니 집에 가셨냐고요. 나를 너무 이거 시간 참 미친 거 아니? 거의 다 죽었어. 거의 다 죽었고 아예 죽었고. 걔네들 너무 직관 너무한 거 아닙니까? 노크레크 아니어서 다행이다. 야 일로 와. 네네. 놓아라. 먹고 껍질 얻었다. 나 이거 필요한 강화 물품이었거든요.
Bursting sparks, flying metal.
야 그래도 네 무기 좋더라잉. 너 독립해도 되겠다잉.
You okay? Ever since we left the claim, I figured I could just hammer it into her head to quit it with the explosions. Everything would be better.
And after your fight, you thought you lost her because you were too hard on her.
Turns out I was wrong about that too. She doesn't see the world like I do. Where I see a problem, she sees a way to blast through it. And I guess that's okay. I wouldn't have gotten her back without you, Red.
Boomer's lucky to have you. As for the weapon,
내가 접수하겠다. 안 그래도 내가 갖는다고 얘기하려고 했어요.
You ready to head home? I think I just
이제
got a new
프로토타입
idea
말고
for
정식
prototype
발매해 주시면 안 될까요?
With explosions?
Oh, you bet.
Yes.
폭발광이야.
Bye, Red.
문제적인 위험 문제 아닐까? 저 정도면? 오히려 저 친구 언니보다 더 능력이 있을 수도 있어. 한 분야에 완전 도라방스처럼 돌아버리면은 완전 천재인 거거든요? 어떻게 보면? 그래서 오히려 저 동생이 더 싹수가 있는 거일 수도 있어요. 진짜로. 일단 저는 여기 마저 파밍을 하고 저쪽에 그 구멍 한번 때리고 또 다른 사이드 캐를 찾아 떠날 필요도 없어. 있는 것만 해도 하청 가는 것만 해도 어마어마한데 뭐.